Tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai, and welcome to the live stream of Kōrero with local body candidates for the 2022 local body elections. My name is Ivor Jones, and my family and I call Ōpōtiki home since we moved here from Rotorua in 2011. As a resident that will be voting in this year's elections on the 8th of October 2022, I was interested in asking the mayoral and council candidates if they would have a kōrero with me about who they are and why they have applied for the positions they have. I work in the digital media field, and the intention of this cast is to raise the awareness of the Ōpōtiki community in terms of the characteristics and qualities of those people who are seeking to serve the community. I have spoken directly to several candidates about this idea, and a number are supportive, including today's guest, current councillor for the Ōpōtiki ward, Barry Howe. Tēnā koe, Barry.
Kia ora, Ivor.
A YouTube channel exists that currently holds 10 hui with mayoral and council candidates. I hope to have all 15 candidates there before the 8th of October 2022, and that you are able to reference them when you make your decisions. All candidates receive the same 10 questions upon which our kōrero is based, which should be around 15 to 30 minutes in length, and I hope that you find it of value. I would like to welcome Barry Howe. Barry is wanting to serve the community of Ōpōtiki again as one of the 3 councillors in the Ōpōtiki ward. Barry states that the last 3 years have been very frustrating with a lack of councillor inclusiveness, transparency and openness involving the community. Hopefully, with good leadership and passionate councillors, we can progress what the town really needs. Tēnā koe, Barry. Question number 1, who are you and why are you running in this election?
Kia ora, Ivor. I'm a born and bred Ōpōtiki boy. I'm a family man. I've got a fairly big family based in Ōpōtiki and the outskirts of Ōpōtiki as well. So I'm a staunch community believer in Ōpōtiki. Needs to be a better place than what we are situated in at the moment. I've been a businessman in the main street of Ōpōtiki for 42 years. Passionate as about Ōpōtiki. I've seen it go through its ups and downs, and at the moment we believe strongly that we're on the way up. So yeah, you probably wouldn't find a more passionate guy than me that believes in our community and seen our community better itself. So kia ora.
Excellent. Kia ora, Barry. Thank you very much. Question number 2, what do you see as the biggest challenges facing your community of Ōpōtiki? Some of the councillors and mayoral candidates have indicated that managing the infrastructure that's currently going in is going to be a challenge moving forward, because that might mean increase in rates. So it's a matter of balancing the books, as some of them have referred to it. What do you see as the biggest challenge for Ōpōtiki?
I see one of the challenges in Ōpōtiki right at this time is that we need to reconnect the community back with the council. A lot of council decisions have been made, and a lot of the decisions are the right decisions, but they don't take the community with them. And unless you take the community with you to bring these decisions to fruition, you're always going to have that backlash and that negativity out in the community. We have got some real good positive stuff happening in our town and in our whole community, from Kōrero all the way down to the Cape. There's real good positive economic development happening right through. And we do need the infrastructure, but we're pretty much on the button with that. We know that with what the problems are, but for the town moving forward at the rate it is at the moment, we need to have the community on board with us to do it, because worst thing you can do is when you get the negativity hitting the social media and this sort of stuff, it demoralizes a few people and you get a negative response. So I think reconnecting our community and taking the community along the ride with us. That's my objective.
Excellent, thank you. Good response to number 2, connecting with the community and bringing the community along. Number 3, if elected, what do you hope to achieve by the end of the term, 3 years?
I'd love to see the start of the full transformation of this community. We haven't quite got to that stage yet. We've got all the ducks lined up in place, but we haven't got the actual transformation taking place. It's still in the hindsight. I mean, this transformation has started 15 to 20 years ago when I first joined the council 5 terms ago. It was just on the start then. So I see the transformation of Ōpōtiki transforming itself over the doldrums that we've been in since the 1980s. And the next 3 terms, in the next 3 years, I see the transformation been properly established, and we're on the move by then. So yeah, that's what I'm there for.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Transformation at the end of the 3 years. Question number 4. What do you think the role of local government is in shaping the future and success of the community of Ōpōtiki?
Yeah, our job is to make sure we do our town planning right. You know, we make sure we've got enough industrial land zoning, commercial land zoned, and with residential land zonings in place, because with the growth that's going to be happening, we need to have the land availability to be able to accomplish some of these industries that will move into our district. So, yeah, town planning is very important for the council in the next term.
Yes, I was having a poke around your long-term plan. It's very detailed and covers a lot of things for the next, for going out way into the future. So, yeah, thank you very much, Barry. That was question number 4. Question number 5. What do you think is your most important attribute that you see as an asset or contribution to the council table?
Well, the people know I'm straight up. Everything's black and white where I come from, and like, you know, and I believe in openness. We've been lacking in that in the last term, especially. We've been hiding a lot of stuff from our community, and I'm dead against that sort of stuff, as you probably have read in the media in the last 2 or 3 years. But yeah, openness and honesty and believing in what you are striving for. Those are my important issues that I believe I can put into this council, or into this next council and next triennium. Yeah.
This is where I segue into this. The Ōpōtiki District Council website has lots of information in there. I encourage whānau to go and have a look. There's lots of reading you might want to do, depending on how deep you want to jump into it. If you have a look here, there's all this information here. You can find Barry's profile under nominated candidates. Here are all your 15 candidates and their profiles. They had to follow a standard format. This forum here gives people an opportunity to expand on that. And you'll see Barry Howe is in here along with the other candidates. I encourage people to come and have a look and to check it out. Okay. Thank you very much, Barry. We are up to question 6. How do you envisage working with other councillors, especially those with who you don't agree with?
Well, I've always had a philosophy. You've got to agree to disagree to be a politician. And if you can't bypass that policy, you shouldn't really be a politician. I mean, everyone's got entitled to their own opinions, and we don't always agree with one another. But we've got to move. The thing is, you've got to move on. You know, if you miss out on an opportunity, or miss out on voting on an issue that you really believed in, and you miss out through the democratic process, then you've got to be able to move on. So, yeah, agree to disagree should be your philosophy moving into politics.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Question number 7. What are your thoughts around the role of local and central government and what could be improved?
Well, I think Ōpōtiki is a classic example of what working with central government and local government have achieved, and mainly through the PGF funding. I mean, we had full credit to New Zealand First for initiating that idea, but we're one of the big benefactors in New Zealand, actually, to see what working alongside government and local government can achieve. And we've put these places, we've now got a $45 million mussel factory established in Ōpōtiki. We've got a $115 million river mouth harbour development happening. And that's all been a partnership with our central government. So, yeah, and I think central government are pretty proud of what we as a community are achieving. We've taken our community along this trip with us. And yeah, so that's an example. That's a catalyst for the rest of New Zealand to look at, to see what you can achieve by working central government and local government working together.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Barry. Question number 8. How would you lead your community through challenging times such as a natural disaster, sort of like what we're going through at the moment? With you as your councillor head on, how would you deal with that?
Well, I think we've probably got one of the most caring communities in New Zealand, and I don't think there would be a problem. If there was a natural disaster, you will see just people come out of the woodwork to help one another. And I've been through a disaster when in 1964, I was living in town when we had the 64 flood. And it was just absolutely amazing how the whole community from Kōrero to the Cape came in and supported the town through that tragic time. So, yeah, I have no doubt whatsoever the community will come to the fore in times of tragedy and emergency civil defence operations. There's no doubt.
Thank you.
So I'm comfortable. You know, I know our community inside out, and every man and his dog will be in there helping one another. So yeah, we're lucky. We're a close knit community in times of stress and times of hard times. You know, we come together.
Kia ora, thank you. Question number 9, how do you plan to connect with all parts of your community and ensure that their voices are heard? There's been a very strong emphasis on connecting with business and rural community. How would you ensure that the voices of community are heard?
Yeah, well, it could have been lacking slightly this triennium, where we didn't have full representation of all our community representation. I think we were lacking in the farming sector, the kiwi fruit sector. There would have been nice to have representation on council representing that sector. There are a big ratepayer base for our community, and hopefully I see there is a fairly good contender out there representing that sector in this election. So yeah, so I don't have a problem. I can connect with you know, the bottom end of our town. I treat them all as one. So I connect with the bottom sector of our community, and I treat them the same as I do with the top sector of our community. So I'm pretty proud of me being able to connect with the whole sector of our community. So that's the sort of person I am. I don't look down at anyone. Everyone's equal in my eyes. Some people need a helping hand, and you know, I believe in our community we should be helping those ones that need help. So yeah.
Tēnā koe, thank you very much. We're up to the last question. Elected members must act in the best interests of their community and declare any interests that could be perceived as a conflict to being impartial. Do you have any interests that could be perceived as a conflict to being impartial?
No, I don't believe I have. I mean, I've been chairman of the rugby club here for nearly 20 years now, and you know, we have all sectors of our community playing that particular sport. Whether it's a Ōpōtiki Sports Club, it's not just a rugby club. We've got netball. We run the touch module here. We do a pretty good job. We've got about 400 participating members in our sports club, and that covers every sector of this community. I'm proud to be an Ōpōtikiite, and I love our town, and I'll be here till I die, which is hopefully not too. I've still got a few good years left in me yet, I believe, and I can give what good years I've got left in me back to my community.
Excellent. I think that is a very appropriate place to end our kōrero. Thank you very much, Barry, for giving me your time and for sharing your responses to those 10 questions, which I think is important for us to make. The voting rate is quite low at the moment, although it is picking up. We have until the 8th of October to get our votes in. So I'd like to thank you very much, Barry, for giving your time and sharing your story about how you've been a councillor and how you would like to serve the community of Ōpōtiki again in 2022. And I'd like to thank our whānau for tuning in. I hope that you are now more informed about our candidates and that this has helped you to make an informed decision when you vote on the 8th of October 2022. Please like and share and send it around. Kia ora, ngā mihi, Barry.
Tēnā koe, Ivor. Thank you very much for the opportunity, mate.
You're welcome. Cheers.